Wait him out. Wait him out, Jess. Wait him out. Guys, good news. We got Jesse Brown monitoring the calls tonight because it's in One Up Me contest. So it's too hard to do One Up Me's without a call screener. It's just too hard. So Jesse's getting the earbuds out of mothballs to call screen. So talk to Jesse. Be fun.
That means I got to take notes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I usually take notes. But you need to take notes. Yes, I have I write the callers who they were.
I don't want to use this. This is a writing a rain book.
You don't want to use it?
Not for taking, not to waste on taking notes. No, this is going to go in a cache.
Oh. Sorry, guys. We're gonna start 1 minute. We're just waiting for Jess to get back. There she is. See, she's here.
This notepad works.
Jess, you got all the passwords you need? I hope so, because we're live.
What?
We're live. You got the passwords you need?
Yep, I just got to untangle these and call in to the screener line and finish making my coffee. Sorry, I didn't mean to be Doug Bob there.
It's okay. Nobody gets
Doug Bob.
Nobody understands the Doug Bob joke unless they used to listen to the old Chicago Geocacher podcast many moons ago.
Many moons ago. I was a young lad.
It was the Chicago Geocacher podcast version of the No Bueno review. All right. I need like 30 more seconds, please.
I'm going to count it out.
You can go ahead and...
Oh, I can't because you're live.
Oh, you can't. Well, okay.
You're the
you can say hi for me.
Okay. No, we do Patreon and all that. All right, here we go. You ready, Chad?
Sure.
Okay, here we go, guys. Guys, call in tonight. 808-468-7924. 808 got swag. Call in. It's One Up Me. Doesn't work unless you call. Come on. Here we go, Chad. In 3, 2, 1.
You want to know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. Go, geocache. If you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's 8:30, which means it is once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. My name is Scott Burks. We have our co-host Shorty that's in the next room.
Hello.
Oh, she's back. Nice. And please welcome to my virtual left, my other co-host, Chaz 427.
Howdy, y'all. It's that time again. It's time for One Up Me.
That's right, Chad. Tonight's episode 738, recorded live on October 12th, 2022, is the One Up Me contest Best Summer 2022 Caching Story. Phone lines are now open. So give us a call, 808-468-7924. That is 808 got swag. And for you international callers, you also get to play. You can call us free via the web at callinstudio.com/show/GCPC. But first, Chad. And guys, tonight we have Jesse call screening, taking the headphones out of the mothballs. She'll be screening the calls tonight. So you want to talk to Jesse? You call, you're talking to Jesse. And guys, just so you know, every caller who calls in automatically wins a prize. Compliments of Practical Geocaching. Thanks, guys. It's been the sponsor of the show since the very, very beginning of the One Up Me contest. And anybody who calls in, getting a prize tonight. You call in, boom, you get one. The winner gets more. Jesse's on top. Jesse, you on top of it?
I'm glad you said that because I just remembered I got to get people's addresses.
Okay. Well, there's already a call in the queue, so you might
want.
Oh, I forgot to turn off the auto processing. You might be locked out, Jess. Can you get in there and talk to them anyway? Talk to them and get their address anyway, Jess. The auto's on, but get it in.
I'm gonna have to get an address on that one.
Yeah. Okay. So give them a call. Hop in there. I'll wait till you push them through.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and continue.
All right, Chad. Before we do anything, we got to talk about Patreon, Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon, guys. It costs a lot of money to make this show work. We talk about it every week. Chad, guess what just came in the other day?
What came in the other day?
Remember how, Jesse, did we talk about it live on the show?
What's that?
What we videoed the other day.
We did?
Was it a package like this?
Yes,
it was.
Yes.
Oh, mine obviously is not opened.
No, yeah. We opened it live not live, but we video it. It's a patron.
We made
unboxing.
an unboxing video that is so 2015, as we were told.
I was
Wait,
told
was it 2015? 2019.
2019 by our
It's so
name.
2019.
That's so 2019.
Oh, that's no bueno.
This whole show is
We
no-
are all clearly no bueno.
So wait, so that's what's coming this weekend. I had to push everything back a week. This weekend is the 2022 unboxing of the GC holiday Halloween.
Grab bag.
Trackables
Trackables
and
and
treats.
Yes, guys. As always, guys, we buy it so you don't have to. So you can see exactly what comes in it. You will see. Fun fact: me and Jesse got the same things, so there's no variations. Jack.
Now I've got to open mine.
You can open it now. Don't do it now. We're in the middle of a show here. Come on, man. So, guys, you
I'm
wanna,
not gonna look through it. I just got to open the container.
okay. It looks like a Big Mac, by the way. Spoiler alert. All right, guys. So Patreon, guys. There's two ways you could help us out. You go to paypal.com, you make a one-time donation. That's paypal.me/the geocaching podcast. You make a one-time donation, they go straight to the bills. That's awesome. We thank you, we love you. Or you could do one up me better. Like that. See how I worked that in the chat? You become a patron of our show, guys. Patrons get extra audio, extra video, only available to our patron members. They currently rock. They always rock, but currently they super rock because they get pins, they get path tags, they get coins, they get what else they get, Chad? Pins, path tags, coins, stickers. I gotta do
no bueno buttons.
I gotta no, not those. Yeah, maybe I will for that.
Woke versions as opposed to the non-woke 70s version.
So I gotta send the packages out to our newest patrons too. I'm gonna wait until this one up me winner, then I'll send it all out in one shot. So, guys, you want to become a patron? It's a lot of fun. The patron only show is the end of the year patron giveaway. It's a lot of fun, guys, to be a patron. You get videos every Saturday, 10 a.m. Chicago time. A video comes out, so it's kind of nice little thing to wake up to. When you're chilling in bed, especially Chad. It's like 8 a.m. there, so he's literally probably still sleeping.
Not quite.
No. So, guys, you want to become a patron? You can. You go to patreon.com. That's patreon.com. Then go patreon.com/the geocaching podcast. Good Lord.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Cachly. Cachly is an advanced geocaching app for iOS. It features powerful online and offline features, including filter searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachly has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at cachly.com. That's CACHLY.com.
Chad, I mean, you're gonna have to go back and forth on this because Jesse's currently screening calls, and there's a bunch here. So keep going, okay? Also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork are the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine Write in the Rain paper. The logbook designed for the micro containers of the present and future, geared towards the hydro would rather go cache than do cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com. Jesse's a call in the queue, Jess.
I thought that we were going to let the auto screen. Do you want me to go?
I'll take care of yours.
No. What should we? Oh, you're saying? Oh, do you have that address? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, forget about the address thing. See, it's been so long, totally out of practice. That was the whole reason I
one job.
I went to take the call.
Go ahead, Chad.
It's also brought to you by FTF Geocacher Magazine. FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers, written by geocachers. With 6 issues a year, FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com.
And by the Max Suds Body Company. Max Suds Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as Poison Be Gone soap, itch spray, and 2 cent choices of bug spray are all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Max Suds Body, we have you covered from head to toe. Find them at maxsudsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com.
And by Practical Geocaching. Practical Geocaching sells utility items for geocaching. Our items are made in the USA, and we always provide free shipping. Find them at practicalgeocaching.com. That's PRACTICAL, geocaching.com.
And by Arted Crafted. Arted Crafted creates unique geocaching themed tees and custom designs for you or your geocaching group. With adult sizes ranging from small to 5XL, if you have an idea for a shirt design you cannot find it, you have come to the right place. Please give us the opportunity to show you how we can enhance your caching experience with your own custom design. Visit them at artedcrafted.com. That's ARTEDCRAFTED.com.
And by pattags.com for all your swag and pat tag needs. Visit our website to get creative help, to trade or log tags, or to purchase your own personalized pat tags. With over 47,000 tags to collect, pattags.com is everything you need to start your pat tag obsession. Visit them at pattags.com. That's PATHTAGS.com.
And by Geocaching Adventures LLC. Geocaching Adventures is a full-service travel agency specializing in creating the ultimate worldwide geocaching adventure for cachers and non-cachers alike. What could be better than having your own geocaching bucket list vacation planned and led by a traveling expert? Learn more by visiting them at geocachingadventuresllc.com. That's geocachingadventuresllc.com.
And finally, by GeoGo. Go caching with GeoGo, the geocaching app for Androids that includes a Where I Go player, trackable scanner, companion watch app, and county finds database. If you are an advanced geocacher, GeoGo helps with powerful features like nearby cache notifications, optimized routes, offline mode, bulk TB logging, and much more. Learn more by visiting us at GeoGo. That's GEOOH-geo.com.
Chad, how's the GeoGo doing?
It's doing fine.
Yeah, you liking it? Are you an expert now?
I'm an expert, so I'm not going to say I use it 100% of the time. I still swap back and forth. So there are definitely situations where I want to use GeoGo, and other situations I might want to use another one.
There you go. All right. And as always, guys, you can find links to our sponsors on our website or Chad
Or in our show notes.
in our show notes. Yes, Chad. Thank you. Jess, welcome back.
Hey, thanks.
You okay now? You got the hang of it again?
No,
Oh,
I'm
lock
like
back on.
totally out of practice here.
Lock
I've
back
forgotten
in?
how to do everything, and I it's been a long time since I've had this many tabs open all at once, so I'm kind of,
You okay?
I'm a little frazzled.
Is your phone gonna ring if someone calls?
My phone won't ring, no, but we might get the little alert through the browser.
I don't get an alert in the browser. You get an alert in the browser? I get a little thing.
Um,
Did your phone used to
Oh
ring?
no, I don't have it. No, we can enable call alerts, and it'll like do a little ring on the browser.
Oh,
It's not turned on though.
all right. We got an email before we start the show, guys. Sorry about that. But we do have an email. So
I got mail.
Nando 108,
Yay, I
Chad.
got mail.
Nandy.
Yay.
Nandy, right, Jess? Is it Nandy 108? Nandi.
Nandi.
Is it Nandi?
Nando.
I can't. No, I think I spelled that wrong. I think it's I think it's Nandi. Just doesn't remember.
Nandi sounds familiar.
That sounds right.
Nandi. All right, Nandi
I don't-
108.
I'm not the one to ask about names. I'm horrible.
She says, I will say I enjoyed the airport Adventure Labs I had gotten a couple months ago because it really helped me complete the Signals Labyrinth at that time. Oh, yeah. Those are a couple of those were big. I traveled to Reagan in DC and LAX back in early August, but because of the timing of it all, we really didn't have enough of a buffer on either end to stand around and wait for me to log ALs. The fencing on all of them was large enough to allow me to log them as I was in the car approaching one of the airports or while waiting to deplane. I still have an AL to put out. It's still a surprise to me that I ended up with one only a couple days after finding my first one about 2 years ago. And as far as I remember, I hadn't even requested one. I think everybody got one now, didn't they? Did everybody get one? Right?
I think all premium members.
Oh, yeah, premiums. Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of August, I was a little annoyed that GCHQ pulled the trigger a little early, I felt, on announcing that we didn't quite break the record for the most unique finds in one day. As much as I wanted Wednesday to arrive, I didn't expect to experience a time warp, or would it be a wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, and get a results a full day early. That
Mhm.
surprised, I think, a lot of people.
Yeah, that was what I said too. I mean, they very clearly said the day that they would announce the results.
Yeah. So I was surprised as well that they announced like they knew that early. It's not going to happen.
Mhm.
Yeah, which is weird. And why even announce it? I'm just waiting.
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's
All right, that's
like
all I
knowing
got.
the election results before you go to bed, even though it's not official, you know.
I guess you can go there. Yeah. All right. I'll give you that one. All right, Chad, you ready to start this, kid?
Sure.
Jess, you ready to start this?
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
Okay. You got the phone thing? You think you got it locked in here?
I'm not sure. I mean, the auto screen is on, but if I see someone that I don't have the address, I'll hop in and grab it.
You should hop in and say hello just to make sure the auto screen is correct. The auto screen is always correct. That's the funny thing about the auto screen. All right, guys. So it is the best summer 2002 caching story. Guys, we've all got them. Don't think, remember, just because someone comes up with an awesome one doesn't mean it's gonna win. We've done that over and over again. Nothing is guaranteed here. So call in with your story. I know you got a good one, guys. Let's hear it. For the record, summer is from June to September.
Oh, boo.
Those are the months you'll
Boo.
June to September. Boo. Jess, what did we do? Boo.
My favorite summer story happened in March, April,
That's not summer.
It's not summer. It's
April?
spring.
That's
April,
spring.
May.
That's springtime.
Boo.
Yeah. Well, there's a call in the queue. We're going to start it out then. Here we go. We have got Benji, Denver, Colorado. Hello, sir. Hi, Benji.
Hi, Scott.
Am I hearing first time caller?
Thanks for having me
too?
on.
Is that first time caller?
I am a first-time caller.
first
yeah.
time caller. Well done, sir. Welcome. All right. So not only your first time
Thank you.
caller to a 1-up, it's your first time caller to this show. Correct.
Right. I usually listen the day or so after on Apple Podcasts.
Of course, we are a podcast, so it's just a bonus if you watch live, you get to call in and have some fun.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you say you think you've got the story to win the big prize from Practical Geocaching and the coveted 1-Up Me contest path tag. You think you have
I'd love to
that.
think so.
All right, let me hear it. Let's hear your story.
All right. So this is from June of this year, and this is pertaining to GC9H60F. It's called Mabel's Happy Place, and I do live in the Denver area. This took place outside of Breckenridge, which is in the mountains. It's a ski town. My family and I had gone up there for the weekend, and my family is 6 of us. So my wife and I have a 16-year-old and 14-year-old, and then we have we're fostering 2 kids, 5 and 2, and they are not geocachers. My daughter will occasionally come with me. She likes to climb trees, but I do probably 98% of my caching solo. But thanks to Cashly, I saw that there was an FTF available in the area. Not only was it an FTF, it had been published in October of 2021 and no fines.
Really?
So I was like, yeah, it was crazy. I was like, it's just almost too good to be true. And so, yeah, then this is June of this past year. And it looked like it was about 20 minutes or so south of Breckenridge and a decent hike. And I thought maybe I might do it with my older kids. And we were there for a couple of days. And then the last day, we finally decided, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do a hike. And I need to preface this by saying we are not really a hiking family. We never go camping. We live in Colorado, but we don't ski.
Right. Yeah. How are you not a
I don't
hiking
mountain
family
bike.
if you live in Colorado?
I know. I hike occasionally, but my wife and older daughter, they have some asthma issues, and so we just don't do much hiking. And of course, this cache is at 10,600 feet.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
but it gets better. So I'm studying the map, like trying to figure out. Okay, it's a 2-3, so I'm thinking the terrain can't be that bad.
2-3.
And it looks like there's a kind of a lawn dirt path that is, or a dirt road that could take us to the west of the cache and on a trail, and maybe a third of a mile or so if we can get to that trailhead. We do not pack light when we go anywhere, and we were only a couple hours outside of Denver, so we had taken 2 cars. We had our SUV, and then we rented a van just to give the kids some extra space. So we're going down this dirt road, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden we kind of get to this turnoff where we have to keep going, and it is a really steep decline, and there's big rocks. I'm like, okay, this is Jeep territory. This is not SUV and van territory.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already driven like 20 minutes, and I'm thinking, like, do we just try to make it work, and we decide not to. So we have to do like the whole 10-point turn thing on this mountain road, cliff on one side, the whole 9 yards. But everyone is still like, yeah, let's go do this hike. Let's go do this hike. So finally we get to the parking after driving another 20 plus minutes to get to the parking lot where there is the true trailhead. And we start going up and are quickly realizing this is just up. It's maybe like 0.6 of a mile, 300 feet of elevation gain, which doesn't sound like much, but if you've ever hiked at over 10,000 feet, you get winded pretty quickly.
Sure.
And again, we have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old combined with the rest of my family that does not really hike. My wife,
goodness.
an older daughter, and youngest daughter, the foster daughter, they made it about 1/3 of a mile. And my son and the 2-year-old and I decided to keep going. And I keep thinking, like, at some point, it's got to just kind of like level off. It's got to level off. It's going to get easier. Let's just, it's only, another 0.3 of a mile. How long can this take? It took a lot longer than we thought. And I think everyone's experienced that when you're like, oh, this cache is so close. It'll just take me 20 minutes or so. I'll be right back. We were not right back, and we had no cell signal. So I couldn't even call my wife and say, we're fine. Don't worry about us. My 15-year-old, he was 15 at the time. He was, carrying the 2-year-old half the time. I'm like, we just got to get this. We have got to get this cache. We did eventually get up to the spot where it was and find the cache in the tree. And it was a relatively newer cacher family, and so you always worry about bad cords in the mountain.
Of course.
Well, the container was great. The cords were great. Of course, there's no log, but thankfully I did have. Yeah, I always come prepared with logs in my backpack, so I was able to place a paper log in there, sign it, got some pictures. And as we were coming back down the mountain, like trying to hurry, because I'm like, my wife is probably thinking we've been mauled by a bear at this point. They had actually turned out they hiked some more and they made it almost a little over halfway there. So we all met up. It was a great time all in all. And so it was just a super memorable experience, not only for the hike, but for what it took for us to get there and then to find an FDF that had been available for. I've never seen an FDF last that long. So that was just
over a year, was
it? Really, really fun experience. Well, no, it wasn't a year. It was like 8 months because it was October the year prior. October to June.
Wow, that's still pretty.
So it was. I'm guessing it might have been snowed out by the time it was published, and then forgotten about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but of course, with the FDF, I mean, I don't know how the Android apps work, but at least with Cachly, like you can see very clearly that there's an FDF available there.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And it was right off of the trail. It wasn't like super deep in the woods or anything like that. I think a fairly populated trail. So but certainly, and it looked like it was placed in October and then published very soon thereafter. But yeah, at that point, there's definitely pretty good snow in the mountains, and it stays up there for a while. So we saw some pockets of snow even when we were up there, just very small, but yeah, it does definitely stays for a while up in the mountains like that.
I commend the 2-year-old for making the hike.
Oh, I know. Could not believe it.
Wow.
Could not believe it.
What is this? No complaining too?
Yeah,
minimum to no complaining as well out of the 2-year-old?
There was actually it was pretty good overall, and my son was an absolute trooper to carry him, and so it was overall. We were talking over dinner last night about fun family memories, and both my daughters actually mentioned they like taking hikes, and they mentioned this one specifically as one that stood out to them. So it was a really cool experience.
All right, Benj, I got hike 10 feet up, an FDF 8 months after publish. There you go. Best of luck with that.
10,000 feet up.
10,000. What happened? 10K. Isn't that 10,000? Right? 10K feet up. I'll put that up.
10K feet up.
10,000 feet up. FTF 8 months after publish. There you go, sir. Thank you for calling in. Best of luck. Good story, buddy. I love it. 2-year-old.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
You be well, okay? Thanks, buddy. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Jess.
Yeah.
We got North Dakota. Jasper, hello. Hello,
Hello.
Kelsey. Hi. You know, guys, she met me. And Kelsey, why don't you tell me what you said to me? First thing you said to me. First thing you say to me.
So, the day before, you had posted that picture of you at the Mario wall in Fargo. And the first thing I said was I looked at that picture last night and I thought, oh no, he's going to be a lot shorter than I thought.
So what'd you say? The first thing you say, I go, hey, oh my God, it's Jasperie. And you say to me, what?
You're a lot shorter than I thought you
You're
were
a lot
going to be.
shorter than I thought. Actually, I'm 6'8", technically. Kels,
Yeah. Well, that's not imperial system for sure.
I'm talking centimeters. Centimeters.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, Kels, what do you got for me? North Dakota. Best summer caching
All
22
right.
caching story. Let me hear it.
Well, I've talked about it before. We went to Yellowstone this summer on our way home from a family reunion. We were in Challis, Idaho, and we had everybody else was going out to Boise, and we decided, well, we're just gonna drive home instead. And we turned around to go home, and I looked at my muggle and I was like, hey, can we go through Wyoming real quick?
Oh my God, you sound like my wife. Right.
I was like, well, the west entrance to the national park had just reopened 2 days before, and I was like, hey, like it was 4th of July. Can we just zip through here real quick? And
Yeah,
he's like,
zip
well,
up
yeah, I guess we have time. And we were in the middle of nowhere in Idaho, and I just start downloading geocaches, virtuals, and earth caches. And well, dummy me forgot to download them to an offline list.
Mhm.
So we get into the national park, and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Like, our national park up here has pretty good service throughout the driving areas. And yeah, joke's on me. None of them had service anywhere throughout the whole
Really?
park.
No.
And
What? Just out of curiosity, what do you have? What
did I have?
What service?
What service did you have?
Oh,
like
I use
T-Mobile.
the app,
The
and I have
app.
Verizon.
No, Verizon.
Verizon? You have?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious which one you had. I was just curious. Okay. To see
Yep.
that, because some are better than
So-
others. I was just curious which one you had. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
So I had just a handful of geocaches, and my map wouldn't load right. So all I had were just the pin drops. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't know anything. And I tell my Muggle family this story all the time because they think it's so great. But I stopped at one stop. It was called Yellowstone Forever. And I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm just following the coordinates with the compass. And I come across a gravestone. Right before you hit the geysers, it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. You're just in some trees, and it opens up to right by the river. And there was just this fenced off grave site. And I took a picture of it, and I ran back to my car and didn't think anything of it. And I get home and I send in my answers, and turns out like this lady that died here, she was the winter keeper's wife. And she died there in the winter of 1889.
Oh my.
Which is not that long after Yellowstone became a national park. And because it was the dead of winter, they couldn't bury her. So they just put her under a bunch of rocks and buried her in the spring. And I just thought it was like the coolest thing in the world that not only did a virtual that I didn't know what I was going into brought me to that, but then to learn the story that, like, I would love to be buried in a national park. Can I be buried in a national park?
I don't think you can.
No.
So you don't even know what you were going for. You just like saw the gravestone, click, and ran back. Right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I just looked like, this is beautiful. Like, I wonder who this is, and it had her name on it. I'm not going to give out her name because it is part of the requirements for the virtual.
Of course.
But it did have her name. She was 30 some years old.
30, wow.
And they they put that it was 1889 was when she died, and I was like, wow, that was just the coolest thing that I accidentally bumped into just trying to get a virtual in the middle of a park I had no service in.
You have a very good partner. You have a very, very, very good partner. You should know that.
Oh, he is so patient with me.
So patient with you. You should have a very, very good partner. Most are not. Look at Chad. Ask Chad. He'll tell you.
I think I might have done that one with my wife.
Oh, did you really? Wow.
It sounds familiar, and we did a bunch of virtuals in Yellowstone. Was it around in 2015, or is it a virtual reward?
Yeah, it's an oldie. It's from, I think it was 2004.
Okay, I think I think I did this one. I remember a grave like that.
Chad. All right. Thank you, Kels. So
Well,
I
that's
got
cool,
you
though.
finding a virtual gravestone in the Yellowstone National Park. You're in Yellowstone, right?
Yeah.
But mine was a planned trip, and I had everything downloaded.
Where
Yeah, the data access sucks in Yellowstone.
That's apparently.
Yeah, I won't make that mistake again.
Even for Verizon, apparently. Yeah. Jesse, good to know. Even Yellowstone, bad.
Oh yeah, no, I knew. I learned that out west at some national parks last year. That
Oh.
I was like, oh, I'll be fine. I'll check and see if there's any virtuals or anything while I was there, and got there and was like, nope, can't check. Forgot to download them offline before I got there. So, darn, I'll just have to go back.
All right, Kels, you be well. Okay, good luck.
You too.
Have you ever won this? Did you win this? This contest? Have you won this contest yet? Ever?
I have not.
Okay, just checking to see. Okay, you be well. We'll talk to you.
You too.
Bye. Chad, what about you before we get to the next caller? What about you, Chad? Give me something.
Me?
Give me a good 2022 cashing story. Summer.
I don't. I guess probably my
Man, you guys,
best
this is a bad
caching.
start.
I don't have any like great caching stories. I had a great time. Probably my favorite thing, or one of my favorite things, was the event that I held, and that had over 75 attendees. I actually had 75 logged attends, and which over 100 people showing up at an event. For me, that felt kind of good. Yeah. A lot of listeners to the show showing up, then a lot of locals and stuff. So that was pretty fun. That was during the week of the 20th anniversary, 20th/22nd anniversary.
Oh. Jess, what about you? No spring stories allowed.
Well, that's not fair.
It's the summer caching story.
But it really was like the kickoff to summer cashing season.
Well, considering
My story,
considering you can't win, so
I'm going to tell my story anyway.
tell your story. Yeah.
I'm just going to be a rule breaker. My favorite 2022, what year are we in? 2022
Yeah.
caching story of summer, because it was warm and I was in shorts, was when I went to Moga. It was my first time at Moga. I had absolutely no idea what to expect, and somehow I got roped into actually competing by Joshua, the geocaching vlogger, and we ended up taking second place, and it was amazing, and it was such a
Sweet.
fantastic experience, and I can't wait to go back and do it again next year.
To Moga
Yeah,
with
it'll be in
Joshua's
Michigan next year.
on Joshua's team.
Maybe, I mean, if I'm invited again.
Mm.
I feel like I kind of, held up my end.
Mhm.
We
Who-
took
who-
second.
Who was the weak link? Was Joshua the weak link?
No, nobody was. It was
Joshua.
just nobody was. It was a tough terrain. It was a very tough course.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One of my favorites of 2022 summer, hitting 21,000 finally, because of 2020 slowed everything down. He hit 21,000 fines at West Bend. Remember, I didn't even know I hit it.
Oh yeah.
I was way past it too. I'm like, oh, I hit 21,000.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice, hitting 21,000 fines.
I hit 15,000 right around the HQ event.
The HQ? Well, there you go.
We can call it that.
That's summertime. That works. That counts. I got an email. I'm sorry. I think it was an email. I think it was from the Donoho tribe said that they couldn't call in tonight, but they had a story they wanted to read for it. You ready, Chad?
Sure.
Then the Donoho tribe says, "I'm sending the story for the One Up Me contest. Obviously, it doesn't count. You're not. You got to call live to be eligible. With 4 kids and their activities, I am never able to listen to your show live, but I always have time to tune in the next days, so I won't be able to call in. But here's the story. It was mid-July in Massachusetts. We hadn't had rain in well over a month and in a severe drought. I was with Nye, my 10-year-old son. We spent the day at a rugby tournament. My 2 older kids were still playing. The younger 2 were done. I tell Nye there are 3 caches on the trails that are about in the field. We were and still are streaking, and we could get 2 new towns for the Massachusetts 351 challenge. So we head out to find them. After the second find, we smell fire. Didn't see anything. Maybe someone has a fire going at the house. We then find the third cache. As we are walking back, we spotted a decent-sized area set back off the trail, burnt and smoking pretty badly. We were about 1/4 of a mile from the trailhead located at the fields. We called 911, and then they asked if we could stay there so they would know where the fire was when they arrived. I was okay with this because we could see a large cemetery about 0.1 mile down the trail, a safe place to run if things were to escalate. I then called my husband Luke to have him and the kids run down some water. They ran down about 6 bottles of water, which my husband was able to pour on what to us seemed to be the most concerning areas. It was scary as we watched the smoke grow and started to hear more crackling. With the drought conditions, I knew this could go up quickly. Nye was awesome and so brave. It took the firemen some time as they had to get to the fields and then make it down the trail as well. They came with large water tanks. Then they had to call for a small water truck to put it out. What an exciting adventure. We are so glad we decided to cache that day. We made 3 finds, got 2 new towns, and we will always remember it as the day Nye and geocaching saved the forest.
Aw,
Oh,
that's a great story.
Yeah. Isn't that a good one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should have called in with that one. That's a good one. Fortunately ineligible. Fortunately, but a good story. Worthy of a One Up Me contest winner. I think anyway. Hey, Firefighter Skippy. Hello, sir. Skip.
Good
How you doing?
good
buddy?
evening, guys. How are you?
Hi, Skip.
Speaking of fires,
Speaking of fires,
Yeah.
we have Skippy on the line.
Hey, you got some sounds that you play for a couple of people, How about
Yeah.
one for me, like a siren?
Only special people get the sound, Skip.
wow.
I'm not special enough. Wow.
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 Well, we'll throw you into the consideration basket. We'll get back to you.
We were with Firefighter Skippy 1 year ago this week
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
in Georgia.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
What a
this
great
is-
trip that was.
this is
wasn't
That was
it?
a fantastic trip.
It's been in my
Time hop.
my time hop all week. Yeah. With the Skip. Yeah, that was a year ago already. Believe that. Yeah.
All right. So
what you
for
got
my
for me,
story
Skip?
for this year, as you guys know, I was out there in the Pacific Northwest, ran into all you guys out there and everything.
Mhm.
And but one of the other reasons that I went out.
Hello, Skip. We can't hear you if you're talking, Skip. Did I mute him? Hello?
No,
Yeah.
No, I didn't
I
mute
think
him.
we lost him.
No, he's still on the line. I still
Uh-huh.
have him.
While he's doing that, so this is the virtual that Jaspery had found,
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
and that's a picture of me with a lot less gray in my hair and beard.
That's great in my nice. No, I don't hear him enough. Skip, we don't hear you. I'm hanging up on you, and then I will you call back. How about that? And meanwhile, I'm gonna bring in Merlin. Merlin, hello, sir. 1392. Merlin.
How are you doing?
There. Oh my god, for a second I
I
thought
guess-
it was us.
The point of the story, I was calling in with my summer of adventure and not really a specific cache.
That's fair. Okay. You could do that.
Okay, so I started in June when summer started and met up with Derek Baker. And I was going to call in last week when we were in Seattle. We were talking about that I should call in with this story, and I couldn't remember last week what I was supposed to call in about. But at the end of June, I met Derek Baker in Bristol, Tennessee, and we went for the Deep Dam Cache, which is GCK9PV. It's a 5.5 virtual at one of the Tennessee dams. And so that started my summer of adventure.
And if I remember correctly, he did a video of that, right? Did he do a video of that?
Yep.
Okay.
It's out on YouTube.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought I saw that. Okay, yes.
Yeah, to our knowledge, it's the first scuba video, caching video ever created.
Oh, really? Interesting. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
which was really cool. But I got back from that, and I was home for 2 weeks, and then I went to Memphis for a week for that new Cache Fest event. So that was another mega event.
Nice.
I get home a couple days later, and then I got to go to Midwest Geobash. Can't miss.
We saw you there.
Can't miss
I
Midwest.
saw you there.
We did.
I saw
We
you
did.
there. Yes. I saw
So I get back from Midwest Geobash, and I'm home for 5 days, and then I leave for British Columbia.
Wow.
So I drove to BC,
Wow.
stayed there a week, went down to Seattle for a week, and then drove home. I got home on August 27th.
Are you married, Tim?
I am still married. The good news is the key worked in the door.
The
when I
what?
got home.
The key worked in the door.
My key worked-
She didn't change the locks on them.
Dude, she was so happy for him to be gone, Chad. Let's be realistic here. So happy he was gone.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh,
He,
enjoy
he-
yourself. Don't hurt yourself, please. It'd be terrible if you hurt
Yep.
yourself."
He let me know we spent 21 days apart this year, more than we ever have, and most of
Really?
that was geocaching.
Wow. That's
So I completed the trek. I got 1,000
Oh,
finds
nice.
in 47 days.
Wow.
Well done.
I
And-
surpassed 14,000 finds.
Did
Yeah,
did
it
I
was cool.
did I see you in Seattle? I can't even remember.
We did.
I did.
I was out front of the pavilion, and I hear Chad talking about trying to find where he's supposed to go. And I helped the WSGA folks, and so I just escorted a lackey to where she needed to be, and Chaz is on the phone, and I'm like, hang up with Scott, I'll tell you where to go. And
Nice.
so I used Chaz. We attended the event afterwards. So that was my awesome summer of caching.
That's awesome, dude. Well done. You didn't go to Clash though. Did you go to Clash?
I did not go to Clash.
Did not go to
No,
Clash.
I had a.
Did not go. That's where
I mean, come on. I went 3 megas, 1 giga, and an anniversary, and I'm still married.
and you're still married. That alone is a hell of a summer for
That fourth
2022.
broke the bank.
Right? All right, man. You be well. Good story. Thank you, sir. Summer of adventures. You be well. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Talk to you. Hello, Skippy. Are you back, sir?
I am back. I don't know what happened there.
Good Lord.
Jeez. I think you didn't like me and you hung up on me.
Oh, in a perfect world, I would, but no, not here. All right. So talk to me about your story. Give me a story.
So as you guys know, I was in the Pacific Northwest for the event.
I was with you. I know.
Did some caching with you guys, which I thoroughly
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed. I gave a ride to some Italians
Yes.
from Geo Woodstock down to Seattle,
Mhm.
caching along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that I went out to the Pacific Northwest for was because I had found out that a yacht that was owned by my great grandfather was
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
This is a crazy
And
story.
I've always wanted to
Yes.
see this.
Yes.
I've always wanted to see this yacht. It's a 90-year-old yacht made out of wood and whatnot. Very beautiful. And it's been refurbished, so it looks really superb right now for a 90-year-old yacht. And so while I was talking with the owners, they said to me, you know what? we think that you need to get out of your hotel and come and spend the rest of your week on this yacht in this marina.
Yeah, insane.
And it was beautiful. It really was.
I think it's bigger than my first apartment.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, way bigger than
Oh, do you guys go see it?
No, just in pictures.
Just the pictures, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was
Yeah,
huge.
of course, you guys were all asking me if there was room for you guys to stay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How is
Oh,
that
yeah.
not like he tells us this beautiful story and he's like, oh my God, there's like 10 rooms. And like, that's how he ends it. Like, really, dude? You know how much I'm paying for my hotel right now? For a bed? I'm paying ridiculously money for a bed. And you got free beds where you're staying. And I'm short enough to work with the shower. Jesse and I could work with that shower.
Oh,
Yeah, I was hitting my head in the shower.
It would just be a normal shower to us. That's all.
Scott's
Yeah.
like, hey, I can actually adjust it.
I can touch it. So
You know, guys, if you were family, yeah, I could have maybe got you on board, but
we're not family. That hurts. That hurts, Skip. And you want to sound.
as
really.
if
wanna
you
sound.
haven't said a couple things that hurt me lately.
All right. So is that your
So
official?
that's my
Your
story.
official story is a slept all week
Yeah.
in the yacht owned by grandfather years before, while at
Well,
while
in the Pacific Northwest.
in PNW. Okay. Thanks, Skip. You be well.
That was
buddy.
the highlight of my summer.
You be
All right,
well,
you guys
kid.
too.
We'll talk to you,
Bye.
Sweet.
Chad.
Yeah.
Let me hear one. Come on.
Let me hear one. I would say, the whole summer, the mega event, Geo Woodstock, the 20th anniversary, meeting so many listeners of the show for the first time, meeting a lot of reoccurring faces, heard several of them tonight, actually. And, all the awesome events that I attended during that time, I would say, that's just made it an awesome summer.
Oh yeah. And how about like I met Jesse and I shouldn't say Jesse and I, we met met and cashed with so many listeners,
Yeah.
way more than we ever have. I mean, in
Right.
Seattle alone. I mean, oh my goodness, how many people we met. Holy, there's a lot of listeners that I never knew existed because y'all
Yeah.
don't call in. You listen,
Exactly.
but nobody calls in, and so we don't know about you that you don't exist. Well, you exist.
Yeah, you see him wearing a show T-shirt, and then you look at the badge. It's like, I don't recognize the name.
Well, I know people listen. I see the downloads every week. I know how many
Right. Oh yeah.
listen to our show. But yeah, it's awesome that like I loved. And guys, don't ever be afraid. I will stress that so many times. I don't care if we're talking to people. If anything, come up, tap us on the shoulder, say we want to talk to you. We want to say hello to you. We want to meet you. Don't think we don't. We actually do. Don't ever be afraid.
Definitely.
It's so much fun to meet with you guys. It's even more fun to catch with you guys. I love that. I know. Like I said, we went up one of the hills in Seattle, and guys, this is on. She's on the Patreon video coming up. I think we did. We already had it with
That
the
looked like the trail up to the GCD.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And we met the woman's wearing a GCPC t-shirt. I'm like, holy oh my God. And she looks at me, she's like, oh my God. Like she couldn't believe it, and it was awesome. We spent the whole morning with her. It was awesome. So stuff like that happens, and we love cashing with you guys. And it was just so much fun to meet all the listeners. It really was. It was a blast to meet everybody.
How'd you like that hike up to GCD, by the way?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it, dude. Don't even want to talk about it. No, you know why I don't want to talk about it? Because our planning committee, which consisted of my wife and FF Skippy, who will never get a sound due to this, is that that we did that, and then we had lunch, and then we went and did the whatchamacallit?
The tunnel.
The tunnel. So we did 4 miles, and then we did 6 miles.
See, I did the tunnel on 2 separate occasions before going up to GCD.
It's like 10 miles, man.
Yeah.
And I just climbed mountains the day before.
Right.
Come on, man. Yeah, I mean, it's done. It's over. I'm glad I did it. I bitched the whole way, Jess and I fought the whole way, but it's over and done. Um,
So
Other awesome-
I huffed and puffed the whole way.
oh God. I'll tell you, I told Jesse, I'm like, I am not dying on this hill today. I am not dying on this mountain. I am not like rushing. I'm not like busting my butt. I'm not dying on this mountain. It's not happening today.
I would say legitimately that was the hardest hike to get to a cache.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah.
I've ever done.
Yeah. I agree. Me too. Yeah. And I'm a flatlander. I'm Chicago,
Right.
born and raised. Yeah, it was not fun, but it's done. But yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, I loved it. I loved the beautiful views and beautiful area. Oh, just gorgeous. But yeah. So how about Tyrone Shoelaces coming up at Pickle Rick at West Bend?
Oh,
How about that? God, Tyrone Shoelaces, man, pulling off Pickle Rick. Loved it. That was fantastic.
Awesome.
I think we live streamed it too. Look at Leah call me a drama queen. That's freaking fantastic. Ozzy, did you actually go up to GCD? Until you play GCD, you have no say in anything. No say in anything. Tell me a drama queen. Nice. I like that. I respect that. Okay, so we got anybody in the queue or Jesse's will talk to him? Oh my goodness, Chad. A lot of calls in the queue here. We got to keep going. We got DT Charlie. Hello. DT Charlie. Valerie.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. You think you got a good story to beat everybody else tonight?
I think so.
All right, let me
Mine's about replacing a geocache that me and my niece put out.
Okay.
A little bit of backstory is a few years ago, I introduced my niece and her family to geocaching, and they weren't avid, but they would go out occasionally as a family event and everything and do that. And then 2 years ago, 2020, her oldest daughter was graduating, but it got delayed because of COVID and everything. However, I went out there and they finally had the graduation. I'm in PA and she's in Michigan. And they had the party at the community center, which is about a mile from her house. She's big in the community, and in the parking lot they had a lamppost. So we got permission and we hid one of those contact lens multi geocaches in the lamppost with the idea that it would be my geocache, but her and her family would maintain it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, last year in March of 2021, she came down with COVID and she got hit hard with it. She ended up being in the hospital for over 6 months.
Oh my goodness.
She's diabetic and overweight. And because of that, she had the respiratory problem. So they put her in a medical induced coma. While she was in the coma, she suffered from a couple of strokes that damaged her eyes and stuff. So she's mostly blind and everything. And with her diabetes, they had to amputate part of one of her legs. She finally, they were able to bring her out of the coma, and she's in the hospital for over 6 months before she was able to go home. Unfortunately, her family has to basically take care of her.
Yeah.
She has a prosthetic, but she can't walk or anything. Her family feeds her. She can talk, but it's short, choppy sentences. Luckily, though, her brain is still there. But also with all the damage, I mean, one day she went to the hospital, she was fine, and then she wakes up months later and her whole body has changed, and she's kind of like given up on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, her younger daughter was graduating, and I went back out there. But just before that, I noticed there was a couple of DNFs on the geocache that we'd put out.
Mm-hmm.
So sure enough, when I went out there and it was missing. It's an easy lamppost cache, easy to check and everything. It's right at the community center.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a new one. And when I got it all set up and everything, I went in the party and she's in her chair. I told her, okay, Candy, we got to go replace this geocache now. And she's, no, I can't do that. And I said, oh yeah, you can. We're going to help you. And so we wheeled her out there. We lifted up the lamppost. I gave her the geocache. I had to help guide her and everything, but she put it back. And then we took a picture with her pointing at the geocache, and she's smiling because she did something on her own. well, with a little bit of help, but she was out there doing
Sure.
something instead of just sitting in the wheelchair all day
Mhm.
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my best experience for the summer of 2022.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
That's awesome. And how's she doing now?
Like I said, she's pretty much her family still takes care of her and everything, but I'm still hoping that her husband will take her out there to check on it and everything.
Mhm.
I do have to contact them and tell them, take Candy over there to take a look at it and stuff, and hopefully she'll do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Valerie. Good story. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chad,
Yes, sir.
we've got CP 590. Correct, right? I think I got that right. Andy, hello.
That's right.
Hello, New York.
Hello. How you doing, Scott?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
What do you got for me?
All right. You wanted me to tell my story?
I want you to tell your story.
All right.
Let me hear it.
Well, my story, no fires, nobody got hurt, no bad weather. It's a good story. So I don't know if it's a winning story in the way these are going. Hard to top DT Charlie there. But this past summer, the Geocaches of Long Island, we put on our first ever mega event. And what was great is everything seemed to go right.
Wow.
we worked hard. I know.
That never
That never happens.
No. That never
No,
happens.
we worked hard promoting it. We got a great crowd, people visiting from a whole bunch of different states, even, not just the Northeast, but we had people from Georgia, including DT Charlie, and Michigan and Pennsylvania. And
When was it?
and we
How did
had
that
we had
get
Brian
by us?
Roth there.
When was
And
that?
this was July 9th. Where were you?
That's what I'm
We
saying.
were-
How did that get by us?
Because we were in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, I was in South Carolina. I had
Uh,
baseball. Sorry, man. My kid
Mhm.
Sorry.
yeah, sure you got baseball.
I know.
But we had great. The big thing was our location. We were at a summer camp where we rented it for the weekend.
Oh, awesome.
So we couldn't place permanent caches. We had tons of great adventure labs, and we put out a whole bunch in the nearby towns. We had event the night before. We had events the day after, and it all went well. The weather was perfect.
Oh, that's amazing.
It wasn't too hot.
Did you
So,
actually have people sleeping in the cabins at the summer camp?
Did I actually what?
Were people sleeping in cabins, like in the cabins of the?
No. We called it Camp Golai was the name of the event, but just because it was at a summer camp. But no, there was no camping there.
Oh, okay. No camping. Okay, gotcha.
No camping there, and it just I was part of the board that helped put it on, and damn it, if everything didn't go just about right,
You gonna do it again next year?
We are going to do it again next year. We're looking at moving our dates. We're still negotiating with the camp of what date works.
Move your date.
But
Move your date.
should we not move the date?
No, move the date. I gotta go to Cooperstown. I'll be in Cooperstown the July 4th weekend. I might be able to swing over there.
All right. Maybe come to Long Island anyway. We'll put on a party for you.
Yeah, it's only a hop skip from Cooperstown to Long Island, right? How far of a drive is that?
Actually, I run a big barbecue on July 4th, Scott. If you're in town, you come on by.
How far is How far is Cooperstown from Long Island? How far is it?
It's about 4 hours. It's a good trip.
Oh, that's a good trip. Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah.
4 hours and 18 minutes.
Jesse's got it all set already. 4
There you
hours,
go.
18 minutes. All right. Andy, thank you so much, buddy. That's good.
All
Good
right.
luck on that one. Hey, man, a positive story is a good story. That's always good. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a big one for us, and so much that we're going to do it again.
It's fantastic. Hopefully, we can get there one day. I love it. Change the date. I got a
Hey,
shot.
one day we'll keep it going.
All right. You be well.
Thanks,
okay?
Scott.
All right. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
All right. Looks like we got one more, right? Looks like one more. Yes, it looks like one more. We have got, I'm going to bring in the call. Let's bring in Brenda. Brenda, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. This is my first time calling in.
Oh, my goodness. Welcome. What
Yes.
your caching name always throws it. Was it 11 B&B JNA 11?
JNA. Yeah, that's my husband and my initials, Bob and Brenda. And JNA is Justin and Allie, our kids.
Oh my!
And we're a big time baseball, softball family. And my husband wore 11. Our son wore 11. Allie wears 11. So I just bookended it. And again, in hindsight, I might have changed it if I knew that it was going to be so hard for people. But
Yeah. How do you sign a nano?
How do you sign a nano with that?
11.
Just
Dad,
11.
remember I met you last year at Going Cashing.
Yep.
And
Yeah, I recognize the name. I was like, you sure you didn't call on the show? And it's like, oh yeah, I met her at Going Cashing. That's it. Because I remember the discussion on the name.
Yeah,
so I just
that's a
signed it
mouthful.
11 on like nanos.
That is a mouthful.
So
yeah, that is a mouthful.
Yeah.
11 B&B JNA 11.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You got it.
Brenda's a lot easier.
Yeah. All
So
right.
what is the story? You're closing the show here. So it's got to be a good one.
Okay.
No pressure.
I'm gonna make it good.
No pressure. But
no,
just so you know.
None.
All right.
Okay. A high school buddy of mine, and we were in high school 43 years ago.
God bless.
We reconnected in through geocache.
Mm-hmm.
And so she had a nurses conference out in Houston. And so I said, well, why don't I come along and I can geocache? So we flew to Houston on a Thursday night, got there, got into our hotel, went out and grabbed my first Texas cache.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day she had the conference and I walked 13 miles around the city of Houston, grabbing geocaches. When her conference was done, we went out and grabbed a couple so she could have some, and then we ended up at the Astros Rays game.
Nice.
And got the virtual and the traditional that was there. On Saturday, I went ahead. She was at the conference. I went ahead and jumped on the light rail and went down 7 miles down because I wanted to see the Astrodome. You know, I grew up with the Astrodome, you know, being a Dodger fan or whatever. So I wanted to see it.
It's still
And
there.
so I
They didn't tear that
jumped on the
down.
light rail.
They didn't tear that down yet?
No.
Astrodome? Really? Wow.
No.
Doesn't it look so tiny next to Reliance Stadium? I mean, when I first moved to Houston, the Astrodome is still where both the Houston Oilers were still playing there and the Astros. And I remember going to my first Astros game and thinking this place looks pretty darn big. And then Reliance Stadium kind of like dwarfs it.
That was like Chicago Stadium with the old with United Center. They were like across the street from each other, and it was like that. There was like Chicago Stadium just dwarfed it. It's tiny before they tore it down. Here nor there. Sorry, continue, Brenda.
Sorry.
No, it's good. I was surprised at the Astrodome, but when I kind of had to talk my way into the parking lot because they have a convention center there and so I asked the sheriff that was there, I just want to take a picture of it, and he eventually let me go inside, so I was able to see that other stadium where the Texans play. But he said basically the Astrodome is the world's biggest storage shed. It's on the historical register, so they can't tear it down.
Really?
And it's just storage. That's it.
Wow.
I was
Wow.
kind of disappointed. I thought maybe it would be orange or something like that, but it was just a gray, big old storage shed.
Huh.
So then I grabbed a cache right outside the stadium, and then after I went in and looked around in there, I went and jumped back on the light rail, headed back up. I only did 7 miles on Saturday in Houston.
Light day.
And then we jumped on the train and headed to LA that night.
Wow.
So 36 and a half hours. And every stop we made, we jumped out to see if we could find a cache. So I found a cache in San Antonio at about 1:45 in the morning. And we got to Union Station on Monday morning about 7:30, hit that adventure lab, and then headed home. So
Wow.
I ended up, I think, with about 46 caches, which maybe doesn't seem like a lot, but we didn't rent a car. That's why I had to walk everywhere.
Oh my goodness! How many
And,
miles did you walk?
But it was, well, 13 on Friday, 13 miles on Friday, and 7 on Saturday.
1 mile
So
plus
it was
4. Jesus.
I'm disappointed she
But
didn't
that-
go. She didn't go find one of my caches in Houston.
No.
Oh no!
Right.
Okay, well, that
Mine aren't in the downtown area or probably in any area where you were. So I
Right.
was just teasing.
Yeah. I actually thought of it because I couldn't remember if it was Houston, and I thought, oh man, I should try to find one, but I didn't take the time to look.
No, all mine were in a suburb. All mine that are still existing are in a suburb called Sugar Land, which is about a 25-minute drive from the downtown area when there's no traffic.
Yeah, and without a car, I couldn't get up.
Yeah.
All right, Brenda. Thank you much for calling, and best of luck. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much for having me on. You guys have a great evening.
Thank you for calling, and we'll talk to you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
That's crazy. That's a lot of miles walked, man.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of yeah, definitely.
In 2 days. Yeah. All right, Chad.
Mm-hmm.
The table has been set.
Yes, it has.
The table has been set, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, Chad. Here are the callers. Here's the contest. Are you ready? We are taking no more calls. Here we go. We got Benj 59. He hiked 10,000 feet up. FTF 8 months after publication. We got Jasperie finds virtual gravestone in Yellowstone National Park, unknowing to her. FF Skippy slept all week in a yacht owned by his grandfather years before while in the Pacific Northwest at the 22. Merlin 1392, Summer of Adventure, Scubas, Megas, still married. DT Charlie replacing a geocache story about her. Was it her aunt? I'm sorry. I'm totally blanking.
A niece, I believe.
Niece. Okay. Replacing a geocache story is what I have. CP590, Long Island Mega, a happy story. And then we've got 11B&B J&A 11. Caching around Houston, 46 caches, 21 plus miles walked, Chad. Give me your top 3. Jesse, if you could do me a favor. Everybody, start. How do we do this, Chad? It's been so long. Did we give our 3 and then they choose out of our 3? Or
You guys write down your top 3.
And then everybody actually just tell us who you're voting for, because you get it. You guys get a say.
Or you guys narrow it down to your 2.
No, we narrow it down to our 3.
Okay.
And then
write down your top 3.
And we write down our top 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. I've got this. I have got. Okay, and I've got. Okay, I've got him, Chad. You got your 3?
Close.
Come on, we're running late.
Okay, I've got them.
All right, here we go. My 3, Chad. Benji 59. I have got DT Charlie, and I have got CP 590. What do you got?
Well, we got 2 of them in the same.
That's what we need.
I got Benji 59.
Okay.
DT Charlie and Jasperie.
All right. So it comes down to DT Charlie and Benji. So, guys, we've got Benji hiked 10,000 feet up, FTF 8 months after publication. We've got DT Charlie with the replacing a geocache story. Guys, which one should win? We're going to give you guys a minute. Start putting it in the chat room, please. Which one should win? I could even play some music here.
We'll see.
Yes, here you go. Benji or DT Charlie? Benji or DT Charlie? Oh, it's getting close too. Jess, are you writing them down? Jess?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We've got Benji hiked 10,000 feet with his 2-year-old. FTF 8 months after publication. DT Charlie. Niece. COVID. Had issues. Replaced her own cache. She placed the year before. touchy. But is it better than hiking 10,000 feet with a 2-year-old? I don't know. That's a tough one. I've had 2-year-olds.
So when my son was 2 years old, most of that time would have been spent on my shoulders.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that right there is pretty good. How we doing, Jess? Is it pretty clear?
I think it's pretty clear.
Pretty clear?
There's lots going both ways.
Mm-hmm. The drama is real. I know, right? I'm playing the drama up. We'll kill the music here. All right. So, Jess, do we have a winner? Wait, Chad, hold on. Jess, you count those up. Chad,
I don't have them counted, but I know who. I know
Chad,
who has more.
I am going to give it to the 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
You going 10,000 feet too?
Yes.
And Jesse?
Chat room also went 10,000 feet.
10,000 feet. All right. Well, there you go. Benji 59 out of, where was he from? I can't remember.
Colorado.
Is from Colorado.
He's from, I believe he's from Breckenridge itself.
Yes.
Is what he mentioned.
Yes. There you go. There it is. There is this month's winner of the Wannabe contest. Ben, you got a nice prize coming from Practical Geocaching, as does everybody else who called in tonight. You also get a prize, but Ben, you get a special prize. And did he say what the special prize was, Jess? Does he get one of those really cool ones? Because he sent us a pack of it. Jess, do you remember?
Yeah.
Well,
Chad,
don't we also?
Too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I got a little friend that my wife didn't like. I'll just leave it at that.
One of our children was startled by it. That I don't know, but he gets a path tag.
He definitely gets a one-up me path tag. Yes, you have his address.
Yeah,
that
I
will
sure
be
do.
mailed very, very soon. You get the coveted one-up me contest path tag. How about that?
That's pretty awesome for a first-time caller.
I love the first-time callers when they win, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. That was fun. All right, guys, there you go. Thanks everybody who called in. That's what makes this show. What it is when you guys call in and share your stories with us. And then thank you everybody in the chat room. Also, you guys were also very, very awesome. But next week, Chad.
Next week, I'm out on assignment.
Mm-hmm. So guess what show it is, guys? I need an audio for this. It's a No Bueno show.
No
Bueno show, Jess. You're gonna be back here.
Yeah.
Right here with all the controls.
Yeah. So I guess tonight was like warm up for going in there with even more controls.
Right. Oh, wait a second. Oh no. I can't take my iPad with me. That's terrible.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's very bad.
You'll have to watch your Netflix on your phone.
Take your iPad with me.
No, I need that for
be like a kid with a phone up to its face.
No, like read it, watch it like this. Yeah. Okay, guys. So yeah, next week is a No Bueno show. I will be out on assignment. Those are always fun. The dogs will get confused. And the topic is all things trackable 3. We've had 2 previously. This is our 3rd talking about.
It's been a while.
Oh, it's been years. 1 and 2 were like years ago. Yeah.
I've completely forgotten what we talked about. Other than I know it's trackables.
That's why we're due for one, my man. It's trackables. We talk about people calling. Oh my God, with the most calls we've ever had, I think we're doing these trackable shows. People love talking about trackables. Guys, call in. Let's talk about trackables, guys. Talk about trackables. You know, especially now we've got path tags have exploded and things going on with path tags. And what's the other one? All the news going around. And you have got some trackables you found or you've gotten this year. We've gotten some pretty good ones this year, aka where is it? Oh, look at this chest. Look at this beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have that, and we have this one.
Earned. Yeah, this one just came in the mail too. Yeah, look at that. That also trifecta, Chad.
Is that the trifecta
That's
coin?
the new
Okay.
trifecta.
Yeah,
the new trifecta coin.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. So,
Real nice.
guys, that is next week is talking all things trackable 3 with Jesse and Chad. It's a No Bueno show. I'm on assignment, so there you go. All right, guys. So
I get to talk about one that's out of this world.
Chad's coming up with one.
Mhm,
Yeah, Chad's got a good
mhm.
one too. A little spoiler alert there, Chad. All right, here we go. Let's close the show. Please join us again every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central as we stream live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on our website, geocachingpodcast.com. The archive video versions of our podcast are available on our website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available wherever you find your favorite podcast. If you like the show, please head over to Apple Podcasts and rate, review, and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and it really helps the show when you do. If you prefer to watch the show, make sure you click the subscribe and get notified buttons to know exactly when we go live. And hey, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron of our show. With tiers starting as low as $3, you will get a ton of additional information, extra video, extra audio, only available to our patron members. Please head on over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast. Thanks once again to our sponsors, Cachly, Logwork, FTF Geocacher Magazine, the Maxwell's Body Company, Practical Geocaching, Artedly Crafted, PatDegs.com, Geocaching Adventures LLC, and GeoGo. Please visit our sponsors, and when you can make a purchase, you tell them the GCPC sent you. That's all we got this week. So we'll see you next week talking geocaching, taking your phone calls. In the meantime, be good, be safe, hug your loved ones. So we'll talk to you guys next week. And we're clear. Jess, did you fill the fish tank? I don't hear it.
I made my kid fill it a few days ago.
Oh,
I was
that's
sitting here doing something on the computer. I'm like, all right, that's it. Calm
the fish
down.
tank.
He said, fill it right now.
So I just realized too, I'm not coming home from my conference till like Thursday, like end of day.
Yeah, so it's the show's
That
gonna be
show-
late getting out.
Show's gonna be like, guys, I'm apologizing, and nobody's hearing this because this won't be on the audio. But anyone who's on watching the show, apologies in advance. Like, yeah, the show's gonna be late. Yeah, people are gonna be like, where is the GCPC show?
Mm-hmm. Oh, here, Jim says I should leave on the camera and call it the dog cam.
Right. No, they'll be in here with her on this.
He'll be in there.
Well, I got nobody with me. Roxy was. When did she leave? I didn't see her leave.
I have them both with me. They love
Roxy
me
looks,
more.
Roxy looks out cold. Is she out cold?
Oh yeah,
Is she side sleeping?
she's
Is that-
side
hold on.
sleeping.
Let me throw you on the main screen. Hold on a second. Okay, move. Oh, she's out like a light. Wow, she's out cold. Yeah, she's not even gonna go out.
They are ready for bed.
She's
Jeeves came over and pawed at my chair and looked at me like, "Come on, it's bedtime. What are you doing?"
It's bad. Yeah, she likes it.
That's sweet.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will talk to you guys next week. Right? Well, they will. I'll talk to you guys in 2 weeks. All right, guys. Be well and be safe. Bye-bye.